You hear it all the time, right? The dream of making money while you sleep. I mean, who doesn't want that? Especially when you're just tired of the 9 to 5 grind. This idea that you can just invest a little bit of cash, kick back, and watch it grow, it's incredibly powerful. But what if I told you that for most people, that dream is actually a trap? Let's get into it. Let money work for you. I'm sure you've seen this quote plastered all over social media. It's the favorite line of just about every financial influencer out there. And it sounds amazing. The idea that your money can be this little employee working for you 24/7, making you rich, what's not to love? Well, here's the catch. Here's the part they don't tell you. That amazing mantra, it's a really dangerous myth if you're not already sitting on a pile of cash. For anyone earning a normal wage, trying to follow this advice, honestly, it could be one of the worst financial moves you ever make. Okay, so let's really break this down. Let's dig into why this whole passive income dream is just so flawed for the average person. We're going to see why the rules of the game are completely different when you're starting out small. See, for someone who's already wealthy, yeah, their money is like a super efficient employee. It works hard, it brings in serious results. But for you, if you're starting with just a few hundred, maybe a few $1,000s, your money isn't an employee. It's more like an unpaid intern. You know, it shows up, it tries hard, but it's just not big or experienced enough to actually get anything meaningful done. And this is a really crucial point. When you jump into the stock market with a small amount of money, you're not playing in the same league as the big guys. You're not really an investor. You're more like a donor. You're basically just providing the cash that allows the giant investors to sell their shares for a massive profit. You're their exit strategy. You know what? Let's forget all the hype and the fancy financial jargon for a second. Let's just look at the simple, cold, hard math. Because this is where the whole passive income fantasy just completely falls apart for regular people. So let's imagine you've worked incredibly hard. You've been disciplined, you've cut back, you've sacrificed, and you've managed to save up 10 million rupiah. That's about $600. For someone working a minimum wage job, that is a monumental achievement. That's a lot of money. All right, now let's pretend you're an investing genius, a prodigy. You somehow managed to get a 10% return on your money for the year. And let me be clear, getting it 10% consistently year after year, that would put you on par with legends like Warren Buffett. It is ridiculously hard to do. So, after all that hard work saving, and after your brilliant once-in-a-generation investing performance, what do you get? You get about 83,000 rupiah a month. That's $5. Five. That's not even enough to pay for the internet you need to check on your investment. This isn't financial freedom. It's a joke. And that right there shows you what investing really is. It is not a money printing machine. Think of it like a magnifying glass. All it does is make whatever you put under it bigger. If you put something tiny under it, you get something that's just a little bit less tiny. If you put something huge under it, you get something absolutely massive. So you've got these influencers selling you this cute little proverb, little by little becomes a hill. But the reality for most people is so much harsher. The truth is, things like inflation and just the basic cost of living are going to grow way faster than your tiny investment ever could. So the real saying is more like, little by little, you just get old. But honestly, the terrible math isn't even the worst part of this. The biggest thing you lose when you chase this myth isn't the money. No, it's something way more valuable. Something you can never, ever get back. It's your time and your energy. Just think about it for a second. You could spend, say, 3 hours every single day glued to your screen, stressing out over stock charts, reading insane reports, all for the potential to make $5 a month. Or you could take those exact same 3 hours and do a freelance gig, start a side hustle, learn a new skill, and make 10, 20, even 50 times that amount in a single day, guaranteed. Which one makes more sense? It is so important to understand the world you're stepping into. The stock market is not some friendly community pool where everyone helps each other out. It is a shark tank. It is filled with the most dangerous predators on the planet. And if you're a small-time investor, you're not one of the sharks. I mean, look at who you're actually competing against. You, on your phone, with maybe a hot tip you got from a Telegram group, you are going up against fund managers who control trillions of dollars. You're up against supercomputers running trading algorithms faster than you can blink. You're up against entire buildings full of the smartest analysts from the best universities. And you're up against insiders who have information you will never, ever be allowed to see. It's not a fair fight. It's not even the same sport. Okay, so if chasing passive income in the stock market is a total dead end for most of us, then what are you supposed to do? Well, it's not about giving up, not at all. It's about switching up the strategy completely and starting to play a game that you can actually win. Let's start with your emergency fund. I hear people complain all the time, oh, but the cash in my savings account is losing to inflation. You're missing the entire point. An emergency fund is not an investment. It is a fire extinguisher. Its job is not to make you rich. Its only job is to be right there, ready to go, to save your life when your financial house is burning down. And just look at this comparison. Yes, inflation might nibble away a small, predictable chunk of your savings every year, maybe 5% or so. But if you don't have those savings and a real emergency happens, you'll be forced to take out a high-interest loan that could cost you over 100%. So worrying about the tiny cut from inflation while you ignore the giant, deadly risk of debt, it just doesn't make any sense. So here's the real game plan in 3 simple steps. Step 1, active income is king. Just forget about passive income for now. Put 100% of your focus and energy on earning more money. Step 2, invest from the neck up. The absolute best return on investment you will ever get is from investing in yourself, in your own skills. A stock can crash, but a skill is yours for life. And finally, step 3, you have to obey the cold money rule. Investing should be the absolute last thing you do, and only with money that you could literally light on fire and not lose any sleep over. And this all leads to a really important change in how you think about this stuff. You have to stop looking at investing as your escape route from a low-paying job. Instead, start thinking of it for what it is, a rich person's hobby. It's something you do for fun, for optimization, but only after your financial foundation is rock solid. So after hearing all of that, the big question really turns back to you. It's time to figure out what your next move is, based on where you are right now. When you look at it, people usually fall into one of 3 groups. You've got team safe, the people focused on building up their cash, their skills, a solid foundation. Then you have team risky, the ones who go all in on stocks or crypto, hoping they'll be the one in a million who hits the jackpot. And then there's team passive, just kind of hoping a miracle falls out of the sky. So you have to ask yourself, after seeing the math, after understanding the risks, which team makes more sense? The math is brutal. The game is rigged. The only logical choice is to be on team safe, to build your income and your skills first before you even think about stepping into that shark tank. And that's really the final takeaway here. Stop looking at what these wealthy influencers are doing online. Stop comparing yourself. Focus on what's on your own plate. Because at the end of the day, those influencers don't actually care about your money. They just care that you give it to them. The only person who is ever going to truly build your wealth is you. The only question left is, are you going to build it on solid ground or on a lottery ticket?